Good evening, everybody. We got here another 1v1 Arabia matchup right now. This one is between MbL and Hearttt. So let's just get right into it. We do have MbL here in the red playing as the Spanish, and in the blue we do have Hearttt playing as the Tatars. Lately we've been seeing a ton of Tatar builds, really with the new buffs that they've received in the last update. It has made them probably a little bit overpowered. Definitely moved them from being a not so often picked civilization to being a definitive top tier civilization. Just going to speed it up a little bit while we take a look at the map. So starting out, MbL playing as the Spanish. His map, very open on the front. Forward berries, forward main gold, forward stone. He does have one stone in the back that he can fall back to, but these two other golds, I suppose he could do wide walls, but not the best base, if I'm being quite honest. Wall off potential, not very good. Gonna have big walls all the way across here, and it will cause problems if he's looking to wall off. On the other side, we've got Hearttt, and his wall off potential little bit better. However, what I do like is the back berries, back gold. Both of these stones fairly far back. He is pushing in the zebras. Wouldn't be surprised to see MbL push too. I haven't seen any lames or anything. MbL just going out to take a look at where Hearttt is, and Hearttt also heading back after pushing in that one zebra. Heartt's already started off the wall, just going around, looping around here. A little bit easier for him than this wide expanse that MbL has to deal with, but MbL is slowly starting to build up. A couple of houses going forward. And what we do have is Hearttt going forward with a barracks as well as MbL now. MbL has scouted the barracks. Hearttt has scouted the barracks of MbL. Both of them will be playing defensively against each other as they both go up into the feudal age. MbL proactively walling in his gold villagers. Might just do a little bit of a wall off here for the protection of his berries. That could be sufficient for now. Not quite as secure as what Hearttt is going to get to with this little crescent that he's building up there. 3 militia going forward now. A 4th militia coming in for MbL as both of them hit the feudal age, and immediately Hearttt starts running back. And this is why MbL is such an entertaining player. MbL building an archery range as the Spanish. When do you see this? Clearly ranked games, totally different scenarios, but the expectation is typically Spanish are not going to be going for an archery range. They're going to be going for a stable of some sort. Evened out a little bit, all things considered, with one extra militia from MbL. It is good that Hearttt was able to get that much damage done and come away with a little bit more HP on his scout. But MbL is just going to sit on top of this hill, wait, see if anything changes from the perspective of Heartt's coming in. Fog of War, he does see this archer now. He knows that Hearttt is coming forward with archers. He sees the archery range, he sees the blacksmith. Great scouting on his side. Chasing down this scout with his one militia, but this archer will be able to take him out immediately. Now what can we expect as we see some funky walls here from MbL? Would have been not the most efficient walling, but that's quite alright. What we can expect is these skirms will push back the scout and 2 archers. Just looking to get one more hit on that one. Get a little bit of value out. Skirms will be coming out most likely once this 4th one comes.
Hazır.
That'll be able to clean up these archers and most likely take out this scout fairly easily. And when we look at the overall resources of each of the people, Heartt, a little bit more food, a little bit more gold for MbL, but neither of them anywhere close to Castle Age. Not really even looking up for that right now. Heartt sees MbL is fully walled and he backs right off. This wall off should clean up the back of his base. That'll give him access to gold and stone long term, and allow him to clear out anyone who may attack. These 5 skirms, they will take out this one, leave this archer to go back home. And what we have here is just a little bit of a slowdown until we hit Castle Age, I believe. With Heartt going up for this stable, it is going to allow him to make the, of course, initial scouts. That'll defend strongly against the skirmishers that MbL has put forward. But long term, it's going to eat up the food that he has as a slight advantage on the way up to Castle Age. Without either of them really going too strong on the attack. No aggression really. It will be sort of a race up. Looks like with MbL's tower here, he is looking to just wall off the rest of his base, sit back, and go up to the Castle Age. MbL housed quickly, but nothing too major. A little bit of a delay. That's doable, especially with the times that they're working on right now. MbL still does have a 1 vill lead, and here comes the full HP scout. Denies that last bit of wall, and this villager will go down if they decide to attack it. Which, to be quite honest, this scout can destroy this entire group. But MbL too fast for that scout. Walls in the vill. He'll come back out, finish this wall off. He still has the skirms up in the front. One thing to note, MbL did just click up to the Castle Age, and when we take a look, there we go. Heartt also clicking up, slightly behind by about 12%. The expectation now is that typically the Spanish player would be going forward with a stable, and that stable gets dropped off right there. Knights coming forward, Heartt with a nice little wall off, good little base, not quite as expansive as what MbL is dealing with right now, but gives him enough space, gives him the gold, gives him the stone, gives him fairly secure wood lines, specifically because he knows that the Spanish player most likely will be going up with scouts, and that gives him that big advantage there. But Heartt still being a little bit obnoxious, taking a couple hits, but getting lots of scouting information, spending lots of time. These 2 villagers have been idle for quite a while, actually. 3 villagers idle for quite some time for MbL, as well as this guy who's walling off. Cleared out now. It's these little things, though, once you get to this level, that obviously idle villagers, never ideal no matter what level you are, but it's just such a massive difference once you get up to the pro level that both of these players are at. Right off the bat, what do we have coming in from MbL? Goes for bowsaw immediately, but I do not see any knights. Interesting.
Hazır.
MbL is playing a little bit of a confusing way, and that is totally understandable. He's MbL and he's playing a ranked game. It's not a competition, he knows where he's at. Drop the stable. He hasn't been making any stable units. Instead, getting the defense upgrade for these skirms. get an elite skirmisher for these skirms. 4+1 versus 5+2. They obviously need to be upgraded so that they can compete. And there we have it. MbL dropping a castle to defend it forward. We do have this knight coming forward. Not a whole lot that... Beautiful quick walls. Not a whole lot that one knight could do. It's more so these crossbows coming forward that could possibly deny this castle. And that's exactly what they do at this point in time. Hearttt looping around with these crossbows. Let's see if he can get some bill picks. This castle not even being worked on right now. And there we have it. The skirms make it back in time. These crossbows on the back, pushed back. Not a huge issue for MbL at this point in time. The bigger issue is this castle is completely denied. He is losing all of these villagers that are on the gold, and he has nothing back here to defend against the 10 crossbows and now 3 knights. Still only making skirms. Guess what? He's going to send the barn. The entire village going forward to take out this castle, and this one knight going to do a little bit of damage. Think of what 3 could do. As he's moving forward, focus on this. Going to just try and take out as much as possible on the farms, take these knights out. At this point, Hearttt knows this castle's going down, so he goes straight to the wood line. 1 down. And geez, those ballistic expos do not do very much damage when villagers start running around. There we go. Conks coming forward. This castle gonna protect a little bit. This TC here, he will have protection on the left side that he needs. Right side still open with the crossbows and 2 knights in the back. Could run a couple more through here and could also run right out through there. But this whole time we've been talking, Hearttt has not been damaged at all. He does have a 14 villager lead. He is on 1, 2, 3 town centers. Whereas MbL, just the 2. Losing villager after villager after villager. Distracted, distracted, distracted. Villagers here going down. Lots of vills going down there. 20 villager lead for Hearttt at this point in the game. Not much that you can do if you're MbL to catch up. Specifically when you just got those 2 TCs. I do like this army in the back here from Hearttt. Just sitting in the back, waiting for a couple of vills to come back. He knows that this gold is there. He knows this gold won't last forever. Now we've got the engagement starting. These conks will take out the knights. Skirms will take out the crossbows. And we have the first opportunity for MbL to turn this around. As we speak, crossbows going here thinking we can get some free pickoffs on the lumber, but MbL has already reallocated his entire lumber camps. He's running all of them back straight to that TC. Knight goes down. These 8 crossbows won't last too long. See if they can get a vill pick before they die off. Gets 1. 4 skirms versus 8 crossbows. Gonna need some very good micro in order to beat that. I'd like to see at this point in time, like MbL's at that position where he needs to either start to boom up and figure out his economy, or he needs to be taking out villagers, and a lot of them. He must know that there's a vill lead there.
Presto, sí.
That vill lead is only going to grow until they get to that special level in which Hearttt can click up, Hearttt can produce, Hearttt can really outproduce anything that MbL can do. He needs to make a lot of damage in order to negate that economy. MbL does have more military at this point in time. Military is split up in a few different areas, but starting to join up now. Should be sending everything forward with a villager forward. Likely going to be helping out, repairing this mangonel. That mangonel is Not even going to need repairs because it's going down almost immediately. That villager just carrying a little bit of gold to the other town on the other side, and here we are, camels and crossbows en masse. Not too much that MbL can do other than just back up, shoot, back up, shoot, back up, shoot. This mangonel, one hit and that's over. Hearttt is wise to it. He does protect his crossbows for now. And a mangonel goes down, but not before it shoots off a good shot. Camels just holding enough. But the biggest difference is camels are being built out of 1, 2, 3 different stables. And we've got our 4th TC going up right now, which means going to continue to produce camels faster than MbL can produce conquistadors. This castle will not be denied, and it will go up on this hill, give a little bit of extra protection to the left side of Heartt's base, in which he's got this gold and this stone. Obviously MbL could loop around, but it is unlikely at this point in time. MbL now just got his 3rd TC up in the back of his base on this gold, but ladies and gentlemen, 44 villagers behind. There is a small window that is closing every minute that goes by for MbL to win this game. When we take a look at Heartt's eco, he's got 35 on food, 23 on gold. He can continue to produce, and he is going to get to the point where he will begin to start saving for the Imperial Age. Already above 100 villagers. He's got twice the villager count that MbL has. And this castle coming as a little surprise. A bit sloppy for MbL to sit underneath that castle fire for that long. Luckily, no ballistics yet for Hearttt. Hearttt getting the 2nd armor upgrade, building a couple of skirms to really take out these conks from afar. He knows that there's going to be some skirms on the other end too. And take a look at this score difference, 5,300 versus 4,400. This has now become Heartt's game to lose. Hearttt just happy to sit on this hill for right now. Boom up. He knows how far ahead he is. He knows where he's at, and he will be dropping a forward castle, very forward actually. Goes a little bit further back, needs to take out this mangonel, then take out the conks. These conks are just being made out of this one castle. Very, very slow. Right now, MbL, he knows what he's doing. He is just sitting back, building economy, and trying to get to a point in which he can stand up for this. But I don't think he can, because Hearttt is already on his way up to the Imperial Age. MbL on 4 TCs now, probably thinks that he might have a little bit of a lead with TCs, as one would, 3 TC being the standard. But he is only tied right now for number of TCs, and there has been a huge advantage from Hearttt up until this point. I do like the idea of, you know you're behind, you know you need to take out bills, let's go take out his economy. However, Hearttt being able to protect these vills fairly easily, not too much that MbL is able to do with that little rush. 50 vills now ahead for Hearttt. Still taking out 1 or 2 vills there. These conks will go down, and I really want to see this mangonel shot, but look at this. Keshik's going forward, attacking, just being a nuisance. Taking out collecting as much as possible as they go, and still hasn't been able to break that. Oof, a little bit of a mistake there. MbL still hasn't been able to break that 80 villager mark, whereas Hearttt, he's got so many vills, he's starting to go out the outside collecting some stone. He's at 132 villagers. He can produce for days, and he's gonna need to after this. There we go, massive shot. These Keshiks just sitting right underneath the TC, taking out the vills that come out and running into the other areas of the economy. Keshiks so strong at this point in the game. Really, Conquistadors will be able to negate them long term, but MbL does not have the mass appropriate for it, and it will be a while until he gets to that point. Already Hearttt has been building in the skirmishers to negate that, and he will start taking down the castles of MbL with his own castles, trebuchets. 3 castles coming forward with trebuchets. These trebs will take out, I believe, the castle first. Castle will take out the siege workshop before anything massive can come forward and take these out. When we look, MbL's got nothing being built there.
Presto.
And this is it. Beginning of the end at this point. Sitting in Castle Age. How do you compete? Castle Age versus Imperial Age army. Worse economy. But Hearttt is getting to that point where he's going to get to his pop cap because he's got too many villagers. Whereas MbL's not even close to that situation. He's at 108 population against Heartt's 192. Good move, the knight causing quite a bit of damage, taking all of these skirms out, and there's the GG. Really odd decision for MbL to go for those skirms off the bat. I do understand where he was coming from. He knew archers were coming forward, but it did set him back in dropping this first castle. I believe if he had been able to get this castle up while the archers were over here and a couple of knights were here, that would have changed the game. Getting this castle up just a couple more minutes early, getting that massive conks out a couple minutes early, would have cleaned up his base and would not have allowed that group of 8 crossbows to walk around in the back for what was that, 10 minutes? Ridiculous amounts of time. Overall though, great play by Hearttt. I mean, both these players fantastic, but MbL has really been taking the stage lately, so it's good to see Hearttt being able to stand up and really take it to him. Militarily, look at that. I mean MbL had the better kill-death ratio, but way smaller army, and this is where the difference really starts. Food, not even close. Wood, almost double. Stone, over double. Gold, almost double. I mean, Hearttt his economy was so strong. And obviously, when we get to the other areas, it's gonna be Hearttt. Overall, great game for the two of them, and I'll see you next time.